This shed won't be as good as the garage as I hoped it would be. The space is really cramped. I don't think I'm going to be able to do my old tippet method. But, you know, I have a come along and I've got a ceiling. So maybe I can do something with that. Just got to think about it in such a way it won't come collapsing down on me. The cats are in the house now. So I guess I'm going to just bring my lamp down here that I was using to keep them warm. And this jack will work good enough. Although I admit I wish I could have a second one in the transmission. What I used to do was tie a big rubber band from one side around the thing to the other. Or have a friend help me. We'll see what happens. Also, the pump in this thing the bed. Take all his parts are in here. Yeah. Part of it snapped in half. So we're running without the pump, and how we get the fuel to come out is I have a pressure regulator from here. I turned it on and I have to squeeze the trigger while it's running, so I basically don't really have a thermostat anymore. It's more of a pain in the ass to use, but it still works. So, that's distracting me, my own breath. So I'm going to undo all that stuff there and maybe save that adapter for something else, because what that adapter does is allow me to use a fender shifter on the stock smaller fenders. Not useful here. It actually makes shifting more awkward. If you ever forget which side the washer goes on, you just got to think about the hardness of the material. Steel is really hard and aluminum is much softer, so put the washer on the aluminum. And I guess you really felt like it, you could go get more washers and put them on here, but this is factory, so I'm leaving it. Haven't broke this yet. I can't believe I haven't broke these mounts yet, even after moving them. Oh wait, am I missing a bolt? I feel like I'm supposed to have a bolt here. Oh no, that's just because I moved it up. I never made that work. Oh, well, I guess it wouldn't work with this anyways, because this has a really weird linkage. Maybe not the best thing to use. I probably should have grabbed that ammo box or something. But it'll still make it where I can take this out, and then I can just, it'll collapse, but it'll make it so I can take it out with things bending sideways. Then I can just lift the jack up, and then things will just start flopping. And we have droppage. I was in the middle of taking the bolt out, and it, yeah. Well, it still has bite with this bolt on this side, moving it over to here, so I guess I didn't strip this out. I don't know what to do about that. I guess there isn't enough material there. I don't want to drill a hole through metal. I'm fine with welding a piece of metal up to it, but drilling a hole will be awful. Damn my annoying obsession with maximum strength, I actually tapped and died these holes, so they don't actually need the bolts to hold them in. The bolts are just here, the nuts and lock washers were just extra security because I wanted it to be solid. Damn it! We got a problem. I didn't make this mod to be undoable. I drilled the hole out too big. How this whole thing might be able to go through it. Okay, the nut can't, but well, if the nut can't, maybe I can use a washer in the other end, but I don't have a washer that small. By the way, there's 2 or more of these cameras on eBay I'm trying to bid that are both going for under $20, so I'm going to try seeing if I can get them. One of them's new old stock, so I really want to try to get that one. It won't be the fastest thing, but I'm going to ride the mud train down a tractor supply to get me some washers. Wesley tried turning a milk crate into a computer case, and he carved up a lot of it on Dinky, or all of it. Now Dinky's got a bed liner, I guess, but made of plastic, and that worked out well. And the 990 driving like crap, I put 3/4 of a gallon of motor oil in it because that's what I had laying around, and it drives much better now, and it actually was almost out of oil. So, did anybody notice what I did wrong? Because it took me a bit to figure it out. Also, this is back at its place now. We'll do some more extreme fixing when the time comes. Every single bolt for everything in the transmission was wobbly loose. I mean, the shifter had play. All of these bolts on both sides, both things are just loose. No wonder I've been popping belts and this thing's been going kook every time I shift gears. The whole transmission must just be going and on top of that, like these things, they've developed play, and I can really rock this back and forth. In fact, you can see I tightened it and it's crooked now. I went to Tractor Supply, now I'm sticking around here, but I also realized I don't have a tie rod anymore. It's not hanging on either side. So I better find the thing. Oh, here it is. To get this to line up, I had to take the jack down and balance it on this pulley, then crawl over the thing with my legs hanging over one side and lean over and shove the bolt in and put it in there because it wasn't lining up and I didn't want to take all this stuff back off and try to redo it. I don't know if I showed this before, but this is we got Dinky here, tools scattered all over the place here, music here, and this is the music laptop, and this is the internet laptop. I can faintly get internet here, but the connection's like 1 megabit a second, but I'm getting more like 16 over here. So this is more usable. My test being attacked. And what do you think you're doing? Chicken. I can't remember your name. I cannot remember your name right now. You're Buffy's sister. I wish I could put a not tiny chuck on here because this drill is actually amazing. It only goes one speed, but you know what? In one direction. I went through that like it was butter, those drill bits. I would have taken me like 20-30 minutes to use the other broken ass drills I have. It's a shame I only get these really tiny bits in this thing. Hole's not big. That's as much as it opens up. Looking at this, me trying to make this work better than it did, there's a problem, and that problem is that piece that goes flat out should be going, I didn't mean to zoom in, that piece that goes flat out should be going straight up. I gotta try bending it without breaking it, or maybe I can just cut and weld it. That's probably easier than bending it. Well, there we go. It's a little bit hot right now, but see, that's ready to go when it's not ready to sear my skin. The shifting setup seems to work well, except for one problem. The belt hits it, and the only cure would be dramatically change things or get that pulley smaller. But I have this nut loosely on here, so it's got more play than it would normally have, but I did just bring it up all the way, even with the nut being on halfway. And see, I can push it further for the other gears. But the belt's rubbing, the belt's chub rubbing. You know what I think I can do? I cut that piece back off, then I weld it on going down, and I change the angle of that to compensate. Well, it's not hitting the belt anymore. What the hell? Oh, that took a lot of force. I'm glad it's not hitting the belt though, because I don't think I could take another weld. I'd have to start making stuff, which I don't want to do. I want to do the easiest thing to get the job done. And that should be able to move more when I have more gears down the road. I hope it will. If not, I guess I'll be modifying it more down the road. This ain't hitting here, is it? This is perfect. This is reverse. That's third right there. Can't go further any past than that. Oh, it feels really tight and snappy too. I got rid of a lot of the play by doing this. And there's only one bolt going through there. If it starts moving, I'll weld the thing like that. But I'm not welding it until I have the 6-speed transmission in, because I might have new problems when I have 3 extra gears to hit. Oh, that feels really good though. It's never felt this good. It's time! Time for a test drive. You know what help if I had the key on? warms up, it's back to normal. I had to work the grease and I forgot to grease the steering. Oh my god, it's so smooth now. Mud drifted. Oh, I can drift in the yard. Head to the gas station and figure out why. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to get 18 hot dogs and I only got 9. Yeah, it's not wanting to stall out on me anymore. Something nice about washing your hands at the gas station. They have hot water on tap. I know I didn't record any of it, but this thing is so much easier to get started from a stop now, because I actually can control what gear I'm in without slipping through second. And because me fixing the transmission stuff, I have way better control of my clutch, and when I'm in and out of it, I'm not jolting things anymore. I can just smoothly go from gear to gear. Just push the clutch in a little, shift her down. Push the clutch in a little, give her gas. Now I'm up a gear. No jerks, nothing. Smooth as butter. Oh, I wish the camera's behind me. I left a little smoke trail. Must have hit a rock. As I am backing up to park, I would like to let you know the belt did not pop one time in that whole trip. So, yeah, getting that transmission mounted did wonders. You know, I should just give out a shout out to I'll end this video with a shout out to Fire and Gasoline, because Dinky wouldn't be half the tractor it is if it wasn't for its incredible clutch setup, and that was thought up in the brain of Fire and Gasoline. So you should check his YouTube channel out.